Hello friends and welcome to my channel. Hello friends, welcome to my channel. I'm Erin Alexis. If you didn't know that, now you do. Formerly of the Erin and Krista show. I'm still Erin. I'm not formerly Erin. Let's think about that, because that's something to consider. So today is going to be a get ready with me video. I spared you the process of foundation and eyebrows because nobody wants to see that. I am wearing the MAC Face and Body foundation and a little bit of concealer under the eyeballs and some brows, the MAC Shape and Shade, followed up with the Grande Brow Fill. All of that information is in my What's in My Makeup Hospital Bag video, which I will put up here in the eye for you guys to peruse what are my essentials for when my wife gives birth to our human tiny baby. So today I wanted to do, well, first of all, I'm wearing purple. Normally you guys just see me wear black, and I threw on this tank top because number one, my wife said this shirt is illegal without it. If I even have it buttoned, there's boobage that comes out. So she said, you need to wear a tank top under that shirt. So I put this purple one on because it was in the archives. I've been like going through all of my crap. So I was like, I'll wear this, see if I hate it. And then I was inspired to do a purple eyeball today because we have some errands to do later this afternoon, a doctor's appointment for my stepdaughter, and then we are gonna go out to dinner. So I was like, well, I'm gonna get ready. Might as well film it, right? So this is a get ready with me featuring a purple eyeball and the Norvina palette. If you haven't watched my declutter video, both of them, I'll also link those. You should watch them. I am like on a rampage. I'm in the middle of filming a lipstick declutter, so if you hear a like pile of crap fall over, it's because I have about 700 lipsticks perilously placed on my desk right now, just waiting for one of my giant elbows to knock it all off because I have the wingspan of a pterodactyl. All right, so let's get into this. I'm gonna scoot a little closer. This is my natural hair, just air dried, no product, nothing. It's so long, but see how it grows into like two little strings? Thoughts. I like it. I sort of like shaggy hair, so I don't intentionally make my hair shaggy. It just ends up that way from death. Okay, so we're gonna start with my eyes since I did the face already, and I'm gonna try not to use my metallic mirror that like causes the light to change in here. Let's see if this makes it happen. Oh, not as much. So I'm gonna start by priming my eyes with the Wet n Wild eyeshadow, cream eyeshadow base. Do they call it that? Cream liquid eyeshadow. I find this works great as a base. Now, it's got a taupey purple tint to it, so it might not work for every shadow look. Although, why am I explaining this? Get ready with me, friends. I don't need to talk about this. So, today I am also like, it's my day off, so I'm trying to like do as many baby prep things as possible while there's still time, while the baby is still inside of my wife, because it's easier to prep for that when she's not already outside. So lots of laundry. I cleaned my stepdaughter's room because she comes home for the week tomorrow. Cleaned her room, put all her laundry away. This is my exciting life. Then she has a doctor's appointment, and then we're going out to dinner, just the two of us, because we don't get to do that all the time anymore, and budgets. So let's talk about budgets. I would love to hear from parents that have like little babes. How did you budget for like groceries, and like how did you like decide like where you cut costs? And the other day we went to the Goodwill and I bought a bunch of like stuff for the fall for my stepdaughter, just because first of all, she's a maniac and she plays super hard. Like, she is not like a delicate flower. Like, she is hardcore when she's like playing, so everything gets dirty. And I do not have any qualms about buying a 6-year-old like pants that have been worn before. Like, she's fine. She's gonna rip a hole in them in 5 days anyways. So that's one way of trying to like cut costs for the fall, because I am gonna be off of work for about 5 weeks, and I'm terrified because like my income pays for our groceries, so, and other things, they're house things. So give me your like best like parent budget tips. Like I am not used to having to budget. Like, I'm a fancy lady who never had to budget things like this, like baby things before. I'm not saying I didn't have to budget, don't get me wrong. I didn't grow up with much, so, but as an adult, like I've never had children. I'm 43 and just having a baby. Well, not me, not this uterus. This is closed for business. So like, I don't know, I've never had to think about it. Like, where do I prioritize things and like still be me? Like, I guess that's like a whole thing too. Like, how do I need to be doing my eyes. How do I change my life and like lifestyle to include a tiny human that needs more than I do? Cause I'm a old lady with too many things, and like, but still maintain like my meanness. Like me, I like makeup, I like shoes, I like clothes, I like, you know, fashion and style. And with the second half of the year coming, which is the best time of the year, Halloween, and like, you know, those are my jams. I like to decorate. And so give me your best budgety recommendations. I'll take it. So yeah, today we're gonna go out to dinner, so that's why I'm putting on actual makeup. On my days off, I don't normally like go in with too much makeup. Skin's gotta breathe. And we don't have many of these nights alone left, so we're kind of gonna take advantage of that. Like, what are your favorite date night things that you and your partner do? We like to go to new restaurants. We like to go to cocktail bars. Obviously, my wife's not going to a cocktail bar right now. 35 weeks pregnant, that's illegal. And I know like life with a kid is gonna like change the way we like have date night, right? Because it's gonna be limited. And we're gonna be like, okay, what do we really want to do? Like, how do we want to spend our alone time if we ever get any? Because my parents live 3 hours away and her parents are like an hour northeast of us. I hear knocking, which either means killers or the house is falling down. Be prepared for a tiny dog to lose his effing mind if he hears knocking. He thinks the mailman's coming to kill us every single day of his little tiny life. So yeah, taking advantage of like a date night tonight. Before that though, I have work to do. I have to like load up our car with donation stuff because we've been given a lot of like donated baby clothes and stuff. Like Kelly has a huge family, and so like she has 80,000 cousins with 20 million babies. And so we've just been like, as we get these things, like, okay, I'm like, this is seasonally gonna work, or this is not my jam, but I would love to pass it on. So we have a couple boxes of stuff to like pass on. And then stuff from my stepdaughter that my wife had kept, like some clothes. She's a January baby, so some don't translate seasonally. So just kind of making sure we don't have clutter when the baby gets here that we don't need of like baby stuff. That's been the theme of my life this year, since Kelly's been pregnant this entire year. So just let me tell you something about like getting pregnant through IUI, which like that's like a whole story. If you would love for like, if you're curious and you want Kelly and I to sit down and tell you how that happened and like how it works, and like if you're, you know, if you've had fertility issues, or if you're a lesbian couple or whatever, like trying to get pregnant and you want to know like how that works, I'm always open to talking about that as long as you're respectful. If you're not respectful, then you're gonna go. You're gonna get drowned in a river. But why was I talking about that? Oh, so like we've known basically 8 days after insemination that she was pregnant. So like that was November. So this whole year of 2019, I've been like decluttering life and like prepping for baby, and just, I don't want our house filled with crap. Like, I don't want toys everywhere. I don't want like our shit everywhere. Like, no. So while I can like get rid of stuff now, I'm doing it. That's why I've made so many declutter videos, which you can go ahead and watch, which will have already linked up in the eye. So this is literally one color so far. I love this shade. It's called Volatile in the Anastasia Norvina palette. I could literally, I'm not doing much more. I could be done here if you just like blend a little bit more. I love it. It's a beautiful like purpley taupe shade. So I am gonna like blend above that a little bit just to soften the edge. So needless to say, summer plans are just baby prep, because we're not going anywhere, but I'm super excited. I know I'm just like rambling, but isn't that the point of a Get Ready With Me? Just my thoughts, just a stream of consciousness. I'm sorry in advance. We started planning our vacation to Montana next year. So Kelly went to the University of Montana and then lived in Missoula for 10 years. So she still has peoples there. And actually one of her brothers lives in Kalispell or somewhere near Glacier National Park. And so we'll visit him, and he has some sons and grandchildren up there. And she has friends that we are hopefully going to be able to stay with, because that will cut down on our budget. That's like another thing. Budget road trip. Give me your tips. Have you driven across the country with a 7-year-old and a 1-year-old? Let me know how that went. And like, how did you save money? Because I'm just imagining we eat peanut butter and jelly for 3 days. But if that's not realistic, give me your tips and tricks. So yeah, we started planning that. Found this amazing article on Travel and Leisure. I love traveling. And I haven't been able to do a lot of it in the last 2 years, but as soon as we get our life settled, I don't care, put that baby in a baby holder and we're going. So I follow like Travel and Leisure and those kinds of sites on Facebook, and so there was this amazing article the other day about tiny houses that you can rent in Glacier National Park, and I was like, we're doing this. So actually we're probably gonna book it like next week sometime, because how adorable. And we just, we'll be adventuring all day in Glacier National Park, and then like, because her brother lives near there, like we'll probably visit with them. So I think 2 nights in the park would be perfect, because then we won't feel rushed around. I'm super excited about that. I've never driven across the country, so we're going to be driving from Columbus, Ohio. We're going to drive directly to Glacier National Park. So if you have driven from the Midwest out west, tell me the things that you have stopped at along the way. I want every driving day to be like to a destination of some sort. Like, I don't want it to just be driving. Like, I want us to have like some purpose, even if it's just a national park, or if it's just like some cool like roadside attraction. That sounds like a carny is gonna kill us. Let me know down below in the comments. Give me all your travel, road tripping ideas. I've been looking on Pinterest, and I downloaded an app called Road Tripper, which just seems really cool. Like, you can put in like, what are you interested like to stopping at along the way? Like, are you interested in like museums? Are you interested in wildlife and nature? Are you interested in restaurants? And it like, you put in what you're interested in, and then it like pops up like points to stop at. So I think that'll be really cool. But I want like real life human advice on that, if you know what it means. So this is the eye so far, just a pretty purple eye. I'm probably gonna pop like a little darker color like along my lash line, but not really liner. I don't really do much liner these days, guys and dolls, because I'm old and it's wrinkly and horrible. So I'm just gonna take an angle brush and kind of smudge along my lash line with a little bit of a deeper purple that's in this palette, just to add a little definition there at the eyeball. So that's what my life is about, guys. Why do I keep saying guys? I never say that, because I don't like to say guys, because I like to say like friends or folks or things that don't put you in a bucket of who you are. Planning for baby, obviously poos. I'm thinking about next year, because babies can't do a lot. So I'm looking forward to like when we can like take her and do things, because that's the most fun. And I just got shadow everywhere. Recovery. How do we recover? Well, it's called concealer. Dark purple shadow. Looks like I got punched in the face. I could see that happening. Well, just conceal that. See, friends, you can always fix your mistakes, right? Just let that be a life lesson. So yeah. Life is gonna be a whole new world. Okay, I don't want to get in trouble. But you know where I was going with that. And I welcome it, because you can't evolve without some kind of change, right? And so I'm interested to see who I evolve as a parent of a newborn. Real terrified of that, and like the life lessons I've learned with parenting my stepdaughter. She has some challenges. Maybe one day Kelly and I will get into that. Her story. She's been with Kelly since birth, but Kelly did not birth her. So she has a story, and she has like some special, I don't want to say she has special needs, because she does have some emotional needs that like other kids her age don't need. What? She had an amazing teacher this year though, and like thankfully for her, like really helped her succeed at, you know, the social aspect of school. So, you know, parenting a child who's got some mental health issues, that's not easy. And I've never parented before, so it's kind of like thrown into the, you know, wild with her. But she's also extremely bright, as that usually goes hand in hand. And she's hysterical. Oh my God, she has started calling Kelly pregnant lady, because I call her that. I'm like, pregnant lady, stop doing that. So now she's like, hey, pregnant lady, what are you doing? And she's doing it to be funny on purpose. Like, she's intentionally funny. She's also not intentionally funny, you know what I mean? If you're around kids, like she does stuff that I'm like, like she calls McDonald's Old McDonald's. I never want her to stop doing that. She's always like, can we go to Old McDonald's? And I'm like, yes, yes we can. She also calls hand sanitizer, which I feel like brilliant, but she doesn't know, like realize that it's actually just called hand sanitizer, but she's made it shorter. And then one of the best things she does, we were at like this Asian fusion restaurant by our house, and she was like telling us that she had been there with her other parent and she liked it there, and she had pork chops, and we're like, I don't think you had pork chops. So I'm like, well, I don't know, maybe there's something like on the menu that seems like pork chops. And we're like, nope, nothing on here seems like pork chops. Then we realized, like through dinner, she meant chopsticks. And to this day, like she still calls them. She doesn't know she's wrong. She's like, I like using pork chops. And we're like, do you? Pork chops are so cool. It's like, I never want her to stop calling chopsticks pork chops. It's amazing. So I think I'm done with the eyeballs. Just kind of darkening the edges a little bit. The best part of like having a kid in your life is the weird stuff that they say. I know I've said this before on my channel, but like that I knew I was gonna be like in love with, because it's just hysterical and it's like true and genuine and like honest, and I love that. So when I was like sitting here before I started putting makeup on, I noticed these hairs. These are literally gray hairs that I've just ignored, and they've grown into these like silver lowlights, the highlights. They sparkle in the sun. I'm just like, you could see the color difference. Like they're so white and like ashy. Like I cannot wait for my whole head to just look like that. I will not color it. I'll be like in heaven and be like, this is the perfect hair color I've always dreamed of. All right, so now that my eyeshadow's done, I'm going to work on the rest of my face real quick, like with my favorite new bronzer, which is the Bare Minerals Pro Glow in Faux Tan. Do I want to bounce it in or do a brush? I've been liking the brush. We're gonna do a brush. So just grab a little on there and work it in. This is like my slow time of year at the salon, like historically always, like no matter where I've worked, because July is typically like that last hurrah before school starts. And here in Ohio, they start school super early, like mid-August. And so obviously we share my stepdaughter, right? And the week that Kelly is due, she's actually due August 14th. Today is July 10th or 11th, somewhere in there. So in a month, that's the day school starts here. And of course we have my stepdaughter that week. It's like our week on. I mean, we've already kind of made arrangements for like go time and whatnot, but it's just like, of course. So like at work right now, not too busy because of like vacations and stuff. So I've been like trying to focus on like house and this channel and just getting everything ready for babe, for the little babe. Just a little on the double chin as I do. I love this product. I will take your recommendations for other liquid or cream bronzers as well, because I think that that's like what I prefer. Now, you know I have that giant pan of the L'Oreal Bronze It that I'm obsessed with, and well, I haven't picked it up since I got this. So if that tells you anything about this Bare Minerals product, I have not touched my beloved Bronze It. Just saying. Maybe in the winter when my skin changes, although that doesn't really make sense because I'm usually drier in the winter. I don't know. We'll see, but right now I can't put it down. So sometimes like when this gets a little low on my cheek, like here, I just pick up my sponge that I've been using and tap over it. It's kind of blends it a little bit. I'm not trying to contour, but nobody needs a bronzed jowl. I mean, if you do, go for it, but I don't think you do. You never know. So then I've been just using like a little cream blush, which I want to pick up a new color of this. I know you guys are sick of me talking about it, the Flower Blush Bomb, but I'm never gonna stop. So, I'm sorry. Don't kill me. I'm just gonna tap that around on my cheeks. Is this a tutorial? What am I doing? Nobody knows. Do people even care? Like a get ready with me, like yeah, if I had like somebody else to talk to, like Krista, back in the day. But I feel like I need to at least tell you a little bit of what I'm doing. I'm not gonna go into in-depth reporting on my cheeks. And then just a little bit of highlight before we mascara my balls and I get the hell out of here. That could highlight my entire body. How do you scoop that back into a tiny hole? Oh my god. Catastrophe. Oh, speaking of disasters and catastrophes and masterpieces, because obviously one of the other words that my stepdaughter says that's actually amazing and I kind of want to trademark it is she will call me or her a disaster piece whenever like something terrible happens. It's the best thing I've ever heard. Because it's like a combination of like a disaster and a masterpiece and like that's freaking perfect. Like, is she a baby genius or what? So I do need to powder under my eyes because this has like a little bit of fallout. The eyeshadow, not the highlighter of doom. I don't remember this Anastasia palette having so much fallout. And the darker shade, it's making me question things. Whether or not you should still live here. I don't want to be cleaning up fallout every 8 seconds. Nobody likes that. Nobody needs that in their life. To get ready. How do you get ready quickly when you have to take 45 minutes to clean up eyeshadow fallout? Okay. And I don't care actually about fallout if I know it's gonna happen. But I feel like I've used this palette for like a year and it's never happened before. So I don't know, do they get more crumbly as time goes on or is my face closer to my eyes? That could be. My dog's barking. I think you heard me cackle. So I'm just gonna set with the emphasize that's in this palette, this MAC palette. As you can see, I'm hitting pan. I love this color to set under the eyes or to gently highlight. So I will usually like highlight here, down the bridge of my nose, and my chin, because it sets and highlights, and it's very, very subtle. Like, it is not, first of all, gonna be like baking, and then it's also not gonna be like a glowing highlight. So it's kind of like in between those things. All right, so now I'm just gonna mascara my eyes. So, I kind of matched my shirt perfectly, guys. So let me know going forward, like what sort of content would you like to see on my channel? Since it could be anything, because it's just me. So anything you want to know about me. I mean, not anything, that was terrifying. I mean, maybe within reason. But like I definitely have had a few people say that yes, they want to see a nursery tour. So that is going to be my video that I plan for next week. I have partially filmed my lipstick declutter. I'll be finishing that probably after this. So I don't know which video is going to go up first. Probably this one, just because I can pop it up really quick. And the declutter video will need some editing. But after that, for sure, nursery tour. So tell me what you would like to see in the coming weeks before the baby gets here. And I'm hoping you might want to see the baby. Because she's going to be real cute. She should be here mid-August or before, thankfully. My wife's been measuring big, so nobody wants to be extra pregnant in August. And then I just want to say thanks for sticking around. If you're new here, This used to be a channel that my best friend and I did together, and we kind of tried to keep it going even though we live apart now. But it's just not happening, and I want to film, so we just sort of made the decision to change the name, and we just did that. So I am Erin. I'm a professional hairstylist. I work behind the chair. And I am open to doing anything that's lifestyle related. Like, obviously baby stuff because baby's coming. Obviously makeup because I love makeup. Like, when I went to beauty school, I really just wanted to be a makeup artist. But I ended up doing the whole thing because you have more opportunities if you can do everything. And then, you know, working behind the chair, make a pretty good living. Trade school, don't discount it. And I can make my own hours, which is amazing. As a woman who now has a family, like, I'm gonna be working whatever hours I feel like once the baby gets here, which is awesome. So like this video, that I'll actually know you watched it. Subscribe if you already aren't. And hopefully you'll stick around for some new content that includes baby poops, baby burps, adorable baby outfits. I've transferred all of my shopping problems to the baby. I mean, she's gonna be well dressed. Baby items, like what in the hell? I probably will need to ask you all, what is this? I've already been like holding up things, which is a hysterical game. We should play this game of like, what is this and when do they use it and how does it work? Like, I keep asking my wife. Thank God she raised a child from newborn to she's 6.5. So I don't know any of those things. It's real scary. I don't know the rules of babies. Now I'm just gonna pop on this Dose of Color gloss in Messy Bun. It is one of my favorites. And if you're wondering, I don't have a monitor unless you want to count my phone that I'm staring into. That is how I'm putting my lips on right now. I love this color. It's pink, but not too pink. And the formula is great. Super comfortable. This was in my purse, so you will see that in my lipstick declutter, and it's not going anywhere. Nobody's giving up that bad, lad. All right, thank you, friends, for hanging out, and just like maybe you were doing your makeup while I was doing my makeup. That's kind of what I want these get readies to be. It's just us hanging out and doing makeup. So stay tuned for new videos and more content coming from me. Thanks, friends.